Call the meeting to order. Please remove your hats. Let's stand for a moment of silence and the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I can stand. Is anybody recording tonight? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we will have the approval of the minutes of 3/16. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes of the annual organization meeting on 3/16. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor of approving? Okay, so moved. So moved. I think you probably all know the new board, but I would like to introduce them to you for those who weren't here at our workshop. My first vice president is Ken Duncan. Second vice president, Jerry Foster. Treasurer, Leo Benoit. Gail Metcalf is the secretary, and she is excused for this meeting. And our director, a very important director, I want you to know, Rosemary Bastieri. And we will be filling the director chair tonight. So I'm going to sit down and ask Rosemary if she would read the letter from Renee.
This letter is dated April 15, 2022. Board of Directors. It has come to my attention that the Memorial Veterans Day Committee is not wrong letter. Wrong letter. Okay. This was received on April 1st, 2022 from Renee Jasnock, Unit 1, requesting this to be read at a meeting. First, I would like to commend the volunteers of the Beautification Committee for their hard work and dedication it takes to maintain the garden beds and plantings. My questions and concerns are about the personal donations and choices made to upgrade the entrance of Brookridge. My thoughts are so residents better understand what their donations are being used for, that an estimate should be obtained in a three-part estimate. Stage 1, the Brookridge sign. Stage 2, the guard check. And 3, the office. That way everyone would have a vision of the amount needed and what the final job would be completed. Another question is why plants were chosen that were not freeze tolerant. Many other communities have chosen freeze-tolerant plants and showed no damage after the freeze. Hardier plants would help our volunteers in maintaining our beds. Less plants could have still beautified our entrance, and maybe some of those funds could be used toward the guard check. I feel it's wise to plant hardy plants so we don't have to duplicate funds to the same project. One more concern is the dead trees and old bushes around the boulevard. If maintenance is equipped to remove old plantings, I don't understand why we cannot use some general funds to hire a tree service if the job is too much for maintenance. The front appearance is very important to the residents of this community, a community we can be proud of. Thank you, Renee Jasnar.
Thank you, Rosemary.
You're welcome.
give you my president's report, and I've written it down so I remember all the things I want to say. I've introduced you to your new board, and this board is committed to being team players, that we will do the very best we can for the residents of Brookridge. This is my goal and the goal of this board. The board liaisons have met with most of their committees, and we're finishing that up. I don't know if any of you were here at the workshop, but we approved the $32,000 for a vehicle for code enforcement. The advisory committee, they've been researching several companies to obtain the best solutions for the front gates. They should have a definite plan for us by the middle of May. Steve Pisano is here, and he's going to give us a little update on that. The reserve study has been completed. We're waiting for the final report. The audit has been completed. I don't believe it's in-house yet. Several of the projects that we wanted to do have been pushed back a little bit because Carol has been out sick and Greg has been out. And so to do the things that need to be done and to move forward in this development to become a state-of-the-art, which is what we are and we want to stay and we want to be. We work closely and they work closely with us in all the projects. So we're kind of at a standstill on some of them. We're still working on the road. We have to do some repair on the roads. That is another job that we'll be looking on. But I want to thank the office staff, code enforcement, the clubhouse management, and facilities personnel for doing their day-to-day duties that's required to run this development. I don't think we all realize what all they do. Traffic will be addressed when Greg returns. I'm hoping it's a little better. There's some changes have been made. Some people are happy with and some they're not happy with. I have a few concerns that I want to bring to all of the residents. Children must be 16 years of age to operate a golf cart in this development. And we cannot have children driving or steering that are under 16. It's for their safety, for your safety, and for the safety of the people on the roads. It is in our bylaws. Please make sure that when your family comes, no one under 16. I want to just make a little talk about fish. I know Ron's here tonight. There is a tub out in the lobby for anybody to donate for fish, and they do need things, so please try to help if you can. And I think they have one down in the ad building?
Yes, we do.
In the ad building. So anything non-perishable and nothing out of date. Right, Ron? Okay. And that's about all I have right now. So I'm going to sit down and let Leo give the treasurer's report.
The operating account ending balance is $383,118.90. Accounts receivable assessments are at $53,701, and VRC fines are at $73,571. We've had 31 liens. And assessment income is $136,120. VRC fines $46.75. and other income 17,067, giving us a total of 157,862. Looking at the current month and year-to-date budget, I quickly make the observation, while administration is just slightly above, you see that on the right column as year-to-date percentage as 26%. The other three items are well below, and the overall budget is pretty much in place and doing quite well. Other minor items are reserve deposits are currently at 182, 280. And the only expenses coming out of there was for culvert pipe and Eddie Sog of 950, 466. Capital City, a special account we have, has 24, 462, of which 2875 was used to do some printing, and 7655 reimbursement for Bob Hardy, totaling 10530. No. Just a little bit more. I have.
We don't have a report for Carol, that's because she is still out.
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We do not have a report for Carol Webster tonight because she is still out sick. I wonder if Steve could come up and give us a little overview of the gates.
Thank you, Anna. Yes, the advisory committee was charged with looking at solutions for the gate. As the board probably remembers, at the last board meeting, there was a proposal brought forward to fix, part of it was fixing a good part of the gate. And the board had asked the advisory committee to look deeper to see if there were more issues and see if we could find more vendors to give us some alternative quotes, because the last bid was just from one vendor. As we started looking at it, we met with Carol and with Greg and a consultant, and we learned that this is truly a layered situation. The gate is definitely a priority. The gate is dying, it needs to get fixed, and we need parts for it, and there's a sense of urgency for that. But what we had asked Greg is if we could get the parts that he needs to fix the gates now, and then take a look at a bigger picture. As an example, we have a software program that runs the gates and logs in the people coming in and out, and that software is incredibly out of date. So we were that is something that we were going to take a look at. That ties into the administrative office software program that has its own issues as well. So this is somewhat of an onion. As we started peeling back layers, there's more and more things that might need some looking into. So what we're going to be doing is we're just wrapping up getting some alternative bids that we should have in the next week or two, and then from there we're going to look at the software system. At this point, our committee is not looking at the administrative software program, but only the gate visitor software. And it's been suggested that we also look at our entire visitor management system. Again, it's somewhat outdated. There's much newer things out there, but they don't come free. So we're going to take a look at those, try to be very cost conscious, but yet try to move us in a direction so that we're not always so far behind the eight ball as far as outdated software and outdated equipment. But we should have something hopefully within this next week that'll get that we can forward to the board, so that you can work with Carol and Greg to get the parts going, so that you can make sure that the gate keeps working. Any questions?
for you, Steve. Do you have a projected date somewhere in May, or is it May, June, somewhere in there?
For which part?
For
For the gate hardware or the whole proposal?
the whole proposal.
We're hoping that by the middle of May, we'll have that ready. It was stressed to us that the gate was the top priority because that needs parts and it needs parts fast. So that, Ken, we're trying to get done within this next week or two, and we hope to have the final recommendation to the board by the middle of May.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. Thank you, Steve. We really appreciate all the work that the advisory board committee does. They're the eyes, ears, feet, who goes out and researches and does all the things that we cannot do, and they do a terrific job, and I'm so glad that they are on board with us. Our next order of business is new business, and we have to fill a seat here, and I would like to read this. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to thank the applicants who applied for this seat, who are interested in joining this board. But after careful consideration, we have offered the position to Lyle Steckelberg. And he will be joining this board for a one-year term. So I would like him to come forward, and I would like to swear him in. Should I go around? Oh, come on.
You need a microphone.
I got it.
Bear with me, I'm in training. Lyle Stuckberg, will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been appointed to the best of your ability, judgment, in conformity with the government documents of Brookridge community property owners? That you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of Brookridge and the welfare of its membership. Do you so swear? Okay. You may lower your hand. By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you as a duly appointed Board of Director member and officially installed into office. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Leo will report on the past two accounts now. Leo?
Account suspensions. If a member is more than 90 days delinquent in paying a monetary obligation due to the association may suspend the rights of the member or the member's tenant, guest, or invitee to use common areas and faculties until the monetary obligation is paid in full. All suspensions imposed pursuant to subsection 3 or subsection 4 must be approved at a properly noticed board meeting. Upon approval, the association must notify the parcel owner and, if applicable, the parcel's occupant, licensee, or invitee by mail or hand delivery. These are the account suspensions. Account numbers 103007, 103028, 103057, 103061, 103085, 105003, 107007/008, 203096, 203110, 218021, 223024/025A, 224015/016, 225024, 226009, 228009, 231001, 333008, 335008, 337005, 337009, 337054, 341018, 344002, 344013, 344015, 345008, 345024, 345025, 346029, 350002, 429096, 449012, 449023, 450004, 455007, 461006, 461026, 463006, 485005/006, 469005, 471009, 475009/008B, 4780223, 602009, 602013, 617018, 617019, 620037, 629289, 629328, 633017, 636007, 636008, 636014, 637023, 639023, 639033. In accordance with Florida Statute 720-305, these account numbers are past due more than 90 days. Suspension of privilege will be imposed until the accounts are made current. I make the motion to approve the listed account numbers that are past due more than 90 days. Suspension of privileges will be imposed 7 days after the board's decision and will continue until the accounts are made current in accordance with Florida Statute 720.305.
Get a second from Ken.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second, pass. We'll have the report of directors now. Let's start with Ken.
Anna, we need to approve Leo's motion.
Oh, we did. I'm sorry, we didn't hear.
You said Ken seconded it, but did the board approve it?
We did.
We did?
We,
Yeah.
Leo
Okay.
made the motion, Ken seconded it. and
Okay.
all-
It's all approved. It's been approved then.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Yeah.
Ken, do you have anything?
Only one thing, if any of the ladies or gentlemen are interested, the ACC is looking for members to work on that committee.
I have one.
They meet twice a month, So please consider it and turn in your applications as soon as possible.
Jerry?
Yeah, as far as I know, we're still doing the walkthrough next month for the RV compound. Everything looks good there. They've been upkeeping stuff and maintenance been going on, process and everything, so if anybody's got any comments or anything, see Gil, or me, or Anna, or any of the board members. There's still a waiting list to get in the RV compound. I think most of the spaces are still like 15 to 20 foot instead of like, there's no big ones like 30 and 40 foot. So, if you got something small, maybe we can find a space for it. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Leo?
I'm still struggling with my duties as treasurer, working on it, and hopefully in the weeks ahead, I can go forward and keep running.
Thank you, Leo. Rosemary?
I just put my toes in the water for beautification, so I'm still swimming around a little bit. But right now, the beautification met the first Thursday. Our priorities, as far as they've told me, is the first thing they're going to take care of is by the front gate, the plantings, then the guard shack, and then they will be working on the administration. It is my understanding that Friday we're going to get mulch, so there will be mulching to be done. Another thing is we really do need volunteers. Our volunteers have dropped off because of illness or family emergencies, so we're down to like 5 people, and fortunately 2 men. We'd like some more men. So anybody that wants to commit to helping beautify our community, see me or the chairperson of beautification. The other thing is I'm looking for volunteers for the Veterans Committee. Gil Langtot has generously committed himself to be chairperson of this committee. I'm looking for volunteers. The main thing we're working on right now is Memorial Day. We've got most of that all set, and that will be May 30th. We're starting at 9 a.m. We have the color guide, we have speakers, we have commitment on a luncheon, music. So that's coming right along, and there'll be more information in the news and views. This is also the Veterans, as I said, with the Veterans Committee. After Memorial Day, I have suggested that we have an advisory board where we will be getting speakers to come in and speak about various veterans issues. Ken Duncan has volunteered to take care of that part of it for us. But what we want to do is, as a sort of town hall type meetings, where we will meet with the members of this community that are veterans, spouses of veterans, if you have children in the military, to give you updated information of all the benefits that you're entitled to for what you've done serving this country. So don't forget, Memorial Day, May 30th. The other thing is something I don't like to bring up, but we are kind of low on funds. So we are looking for donations to offset our luncheon expenses. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. Gail is the liaison for the unit rep, so I want them to have a chance. If you want to say anything, Delane, I believe you're the chairperson now, so we'd love to hear from you. You want to come up and...
Come on.
Hold on, I'll give her a question.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Delane Sapp, Unit 6, and Chairman now of the Unit Reps. We had our elections in March, so I just recently took the chairman position. We had our first meeting the second Tuesday of the month. We're still down one unit rep. We need someone. If you are interested in meeting people and greeting newcomers to our community and helping them get acclimated, we would love to talk to you. So we're a friendly group. We meet once a month, and then we distribute our sheets and go out into the community to see people. Thank you.
Thank you, Delane. Now we'll ask for member comments, and I don't know if Vince has any on his end tonight on the computer.
Oh.
Okay, do we have any comments? You want to do yours first, Vince?
What comments?
No comments, okay. On this, okay, Beverly?
Beverly Epstein, Unit 6. I don't know if everybody realizes, but Leo just read out 64 people in the community who are not paying their assessments. They're over 90 days old. Is this a total of all of them, or are they new? Is the 64 new?
Say this.
I'm not quite sure what that question is.
Pardon me?
I'm not quite sure what you're asking.
Are these all new?
Rephrase the question.
Are they new what?
Gotta be current or past? Current or past?
That are passed,
Yes, these are people,
that are presently,
this list that Leo just read, these are UBL accounts that are currently 90 days past due.
are there still others that are past due?
I'm sure there are, but these are the ones that just hit
Right.
90 days, so that's why it had to come before the
Do you have a
board.
total of the past due that are still past due?
I don't in front of me, but I'm sure you
Okay.
can call the office.
Maybe Anna
and-
can get that for the next meeting.
Okay.
It's pretty bad, terrible that we have so many people that are not paying.
If
It hurts all of us.
If I may, Madam President, just as an addendum to Ms. Beverly's comment, a lot of the people that are on, a lot of the accounts members that are on this list, these are people that were paying ACH, their account was being debited automatically. As of December 31st, that stopped, and letters were sent out to everybody. If you wish to continue to remain on ACH, you had to redo the form. A lot of people did not redo the form, and they have not been paid. I guess people don't check their accounts every month to see if the assessments have been coming out. So now they're hitting the 90-day list. So if anybody's on this list, or if you know anybody on this list, please have them contact the office, either by phone or email, and we can do a new ACH form for them.
Thanks, Arlene.
Okay, thank you.
That's a good point. Thank you, Beverly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't know any of these numbers. Whose names are these?
That is correct. I believe we are not allowed to give out the members' names. That is why we just go by the UBL, the 6-digit account number assigned to you.
So nobody will ever know who's.
No.
Well, hopefully you know your own, or everybody in the audience knows their own. If you don't, of course, you can call the office and ask what your account number is. If you have a pool card, it is on the back of there as well. That was a good point. Thank you.
Thank you, Lyle and Arlene. Any questions on this side? Okay, please, come up.
My name is Joe Walsh.
Would you please,
Come up to the
can
mic,
you?
can't hear you.
Okay. Right here, please.
Like that. My name is Sheila Walsh, and I'm in Unit 3. I wanted to know, what is the ACC that he's talking about? We were just told.
Oh, okay, you can answer that.
It is the Architectural Control Committee. What they do is they observe and monitor any additions or modifications to structure that is maintained within the facility.
Oh, okay. The other question, or to state, how do you join this traffic committee that they have?
You would need to check with Captain Schubert, and he will be back in the office full-time on Monday.
Okay, because it's really out of control. 2 weeks ago, a guy flew down Brookridge Boulevard, hit a crane, it flew, the mom and baby passed, got across, threw it all the way to the other side and kept going.
Oh, oh.
And that goes on, birds being hit all the time, and nobody stops.
We do have a traffic problem, and our advisory committee, they had quite an extensive follow-up on that, and that is something that we want to be working on. We just have right now, our first job is to get the gates working, and with some of our staff out, we've gone behind a little bit, but we will be addressing that. Just give us a little time.
This is the second time I've spoken about
I'm
it.
sure we have it all the time, and the sad part of it is, and I go down the boulevard almost every day.
I live right on it.
And people pass me like I'm walking, and unfortunately, 90% of them are residents in
Oh,
here
absolutely.
that do that. And if you can't get your residents to conform to the rules and regulations, they moved in here with the knowledge that that's what it was. Then when they get a fine or their privileges taken away, then all of a sudden, oh, they don't know, but they do. And that the residents have to be their own policemen and monitor themselves.
Well, see, I think that the people don't care. They don't go to the pool, they don't go to the clubhouse, they don't belong to anything. So why should they bother paying something?
Yeah.
That's astronomical. That's why I wanted to join the committee, because I really think the only way it's gonna stop is if we put, speed bumps, like they have they have them in High Point, they have them in the villages, and they don't have this problem.
Well, according to the 720 book that we go by, speed bumps are considered an impediment of ingress and egress. And they're also controlled by the fire marshal. Okay? The fire marshal controls the number that we're allowed to have. We ran into this back in 2016 when we wanted to put, what was it, Larry, 2 up here at the clubhouse? Or 4? I don't remember the number. And the fire marshal flat out shut us down.
There are alternates to, like, not those big yellow things that, there are different kinds that are much flatter, but they stop, it stops people from going 50, 60 miles an hour down the boulevard. That's why I wanted to join the committee.
Well, I will give you your name to Captain Schubert when he comes back.
Okay.
On Monday. Okay, I definitely will do that.
Okay.
All right?
All
Okay,
right.
Sheila,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm good, now I know what that is.
Evening. My name is Al Reynolds, Unit 3. Give you a little background. 45 years in law enforcement, 27 of it's traffic enforcement, 18 other things. I've never in my life seen the amount of violations in this area. When we moved here, I was impressed with the rules and everything. Boy, did I get busted. My butt will get busted on all that. The golf carts, even the golf carts, they don't even pay. My knowledge is they're supposed to abide by the same rules as the cars. They don't stop. Employees don't stop. I even saw a security guard in that little white car not stop at the stop sign. How we, it's just out of control. And what she was talking about, they're called speed humps, not bumps. Okay, it's a gradual thing.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, I even went to security, and I said, just so they would talk to these people. I have tag number, pictures, everything they need just to get an address. Just go talk to the people, okay? You don't have to run with a ticket, just go talk to them. And he looked at me like I had 3 heads, and never opened his mouth. And I'm not gonna, I won't tell you who it was, but it was just, it's sad. I mean, you could go talk to these people sometimes, it would just take care of the problem. They don't stop at the stop sign, they speed, I got them going up our street 60 miles an hour, and I know, and it's the same people day in and day out. And I kind of get, when I go to security, I complain about some of the employees and their little carts, blowing the stop signs. And he said, well, I think they belong to the golf course. You can go over and talk to them. I said, that's not my job. I'm sorry, that's not my job, okay? That's security's job to go do that. Okay, let them go talk to them. Now, I know, one other question I had, when past President Foster, we had gotten a letter from him, he was talking about allowing the sheriff's department to come in here. They were working on that. Then I see a note come out that you decided to drop that. Can I ask why? Why that now all of a sudden you're not going to do it?
Part of that was because golf carts have to be licensed
Mhm.
and all that deal.
Oh, well, so I have to license them. At least they're in here doing some enforcement. You're worrying about the front gate and everything. You're going to wind up killing residents out here walking because they're not obeying the laws. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, yeah, okay, the gate may need to be replaced, but there's more important things than that gate. I mean, people's life, my wife and I almost got hit and killed at just walking on the street, taking a walk with our dog. Guy drove right towards us. We had to jump into somebody's yard to keep from getting hit. There is absolutely no excuse for that.
No, there isn't, and I
Okay.
agree with you.
And the security, he comes up and sits there. Now, we even told him what time to be there, and he comes up and sits in the afternoon. The afternoon is not the issue, it's the morning. Okay, so I just, it's just no cooperation whatsoever from security. Other than the answer, if you don't like it, move. Well, that's not the answer I want to hear. That's most inappropriate. That is most inappropriate to have somebody make that comment of security. All he cared about is you all haven't given him a raise for so many years. He's like, we'll work at McDonald's and make more money. That is poor excuse for, an employee at this location.
It is.
Okay, and there's no reason that should have been said to me. Okay, well, I say we moved here with the expectation of certain things, and we're not getting it. Okay, and the fact that they gotta tell us, well, you move if you don't like it, absolutely inappropriate.
When did you move here?
But we're on our 4th year right now.
4 years ago, yeah. Okay.
I wish I could, but unfortunately, I'm part-time, and I don't think you can do it if you're a part-time resident right now. So, am I correct?
Well, we've had quite an extensive research from our advisory committee, and that is something that we're looking at. We're working on some things now with the...
But unfortunately, you have nobody, I bet you, on the committee or in security that's ever even worked law enforcement. Am I correct?
They don't work the golf course.
Yeah.
No, Captain.
If he actually was in law enforcement? Okay, that's fine. I didn't get that impression, but if he is, he is. But you definitely need, but I always say, you really should have something. I wish I could go on the committee. Unfortunately, being a part-time resident right now, I can't.
Right.
Okay.
3 minutes.
Okay.
I will bring your concerns to Captain Schubert when he comes back Monday, definitely.
Okay.
I will. Thank you for your concern. Gil?
I'm here on behalf of the IV committee. Couple things. Oh, Gil Langto, I'm the chair of the IV committee, Unit 6. I mean Unit 4, right?
You're in Unit 4, Gil.
I'm Unit 4, sorry. I've only been here 5 years. I'm here on behalf of the IV committee. Every month in the News and Views, I've adopted to put a message in there. Please read the message. The message is in there for major reasons. I don't know if anybody's ever read them, but there's a major reason. The other thing is, we're going to start mowing the grass starting Monday. They're going to the BCPO, they're gonna mow the grass. One thing we need to do, folks, is pick up your blocks and your wood and anything that's left on the ground, please pick it up. Because if you don't, when you come back, it's gonna be gone. They're gonna throw it away. So please do that. The other thing I need to do is make sure you folks, when you lock your RVs, you lock your deadbolt. Because that top lock is useless. You put a screwdriver behind it, you can twist that right around and your door is open. So we've had one issue so far since January that somebody said they broke into the camper and they ripped the door open. And it's because the deadbolt was not in. Yes,
Also, on that same thing, that top lock is a universal key.
that's right.
You only need to have screwdrivers for FYI.
You're right. Yeah. So the best thing to do is that deadbolt needs to, this is gonna be this month's message that I put in. So these messages that we put in there, they're all, there's a reason for them. I used to be a safety officer for a trucking company, and people used to love the messages every month. It's just a two sentence, but those two sentences say a lot. So please take your time and read them. Thank you.
Thank you, Gil.
Anna? We got some stuff for
Okay, Vince.
Okay, this is from Christine Resch. I've heard that speeding violations are being given for only 1 mile over. Is that correct?
No.
Next, Brenda McMahon says, if please call 911 if you see someone hit a bird. Jerry Kraft said, I almost got hit by a speeder last week with a big maroon truck on a boulevard. Something needs to be done. I fear that somebody will get severely injured or killed. Brenda McMahon recommends rumble strips. Anything that could help. Can hear if you cannot hear you if you don't talk into the microphone. All right. I think that I don't know if it was Ken or someone else. Question for the board. So if the golf carts were licensed, could the sheriff come in? If not, why?
Okay, I'm going to look at Steve I believe that one that we're looking at, and I think Jerry knows something about this, that if we bring the sheriff in, then if they give you a ticket, that money goes to Hernando County. Is that correct?
That's correct. It would go to the county. Our initial task was to see if the county would come in and enforce speeding. But as I talked to the county sheriff's department and the county sheriff's legal department, they couldn't come in and cherry pick was the words they used. They couldn't come in and just enforce speed. They would enforce absolutely everything. And I know the one member, the officer said that, or the former officer said, if the carts have to be licensed, so be it. But we have 1,200 golf carts in here, and the committee just felt that that would be too much of a burden to have all of our golf carts licensed and insured annually. And they're not the ones that are causing the issue, it's the cars that are speeding. And again, the bigger picture is that we have the capacity to enforce speeding. The county, our civil engineering firm, the county traffic department, all unanimously said we have the capacity to stop speeding within Brookridge. And I know that as a result of it, I know Jerry increased the time, so it appears that that's starting to work. I mean, we were just at an Easter celebration where 2 people said that they got a speeding violation. And that was 2 out of 6 couples there. So I think that message is starting to get out there, but obviously, we've had this problem for what seems like 100 years. It's not going to be fixed overnight.
It's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take cooperation from the residents also. So, thank you, Steve.
Another thing, let's see, where did I end off at? Okay, more traffic now with snowbirds from Brenda. Richard Tarpeting, they would have to pay insurance if the golf carts were licensed, that's true. Jericho, that's okay, motor vehicles need to follow the rules. If it stops speeding, it's worth it. Jericho says burden speeding is a dangerous burden. We have not stopped this in years. So it's all about the golf carts. No, it's not about, I don't think it's about the golf cart. I think it's all about the cars we all need, I think we all need to understand the signage out there. From my personal view, country clubbing, for instance, okay, it's 20 miles an hour. So if you're doing 31, you're gonna get a violation. Okay, it's not 30. The boulevard is 30 to the right, and to the left is 25. So we all understand the speed limits in Brookridge. We should be fine, but we don't. Left of the gate is 25, and right of the gate is 30. Okay, when you get out Country Club, it's 20 miles an hour all the way around till you get to the boulevard. And there's reasons why up and down on a Country Club is 20 miles an hour. We do have some blind people that go out walking, and you have a blind hill going up and coming down. We have issues, and they could be corrected. We just need time to correct them, to work through all the issues that we have.
How strict are they on speed? You get tickets for mile, 2 miles?
I can't answer that because I don't work in code enforcement. So you'd have to go to the office and ask them how they deal with that. This is just my personal view. Living here for 12 years, giving you some background. Yes. Huh? 5 miles over? 5 miles and over, that's from code enforcement and security. That's when you get a violation. When it's 5 miles over, if you're going 35, 36, you're getting a violation. You're going 26 down on Country Club, you're getting a violation. But now if you go over 10,
How about 60? Is that over? Because we've got them going 60 miles an hour down Brookridge.
I understand that. There are different fines for different levels of speeding too. Am I correct there? Right? Different levels of speeding? Different violation numbers? Yeah. So, I'll turn it back over to Anna.
Any more questions on this side?
I'm George Clare, Unit 4. Leo, with the 31 houses, whatever you got properties that you've got liens on,
George?
that's separate, correct? Oh,
You're on. Yeah.
okay. The 31 houses that they got a lien on, what's the deal on them?
Oh, yeah.
Hold up, the mouth.
Can you hear me now? I'm going to Hollywood. With the 31 liens that they have on the houses or properties in here, how long has this been going on? Huh?
It could be a while.
No, but how many months? Has it been years that they're gonna
Yeah.
continue this? I think that some of the elderly people in here that are on a fixed income, and you wanna continually go up on the HOA fees, you're pushing them out. There should be a limit here. I mean, you got people in here that can't even afford to eat. And they have all they can do to pay for stuff, and I know for sure. And I think that's wrong here. I'm not here to beg anybody, but these are things we need to look at. These people can't afford anymore. When I first came here, it was what, $41 or $39? What's it now?
48.
Yeah, you mean this continue, they're gonna go up, what, $4 more, Kim?
Oh, that hasn't been determined.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's telling you that, but it's not been determined. We haven't even started on a budget.
All right, well, maybe you guys can think of that. when they do decide it. Some of these people can't afford it. They live on absolutely nothing.
And I understand that, and we're very conscious of that, but we also have to understand that your household expenses are going up. Mine are, everybody is paying more for everything. This development is paying more for everything. Wages this year, minimum wage will go to $12 an hour.
$11.
11. 10 last year, 11 this year. So, and we have quite a few people that work here for minimum wage. So instead of giving them 15 or 20 cents, we're going to have to give them another $1. Plus, we have to think of the people that are making more money that feel that they should also get, and that by rights, it's a fair thing to do. So wages are going up, electric is going up, gas for the vehicles are going up. It's just, and I worked on the finance committee last year, and we worked hard and diligently trying to keep everything down as much as we could. And it was a long process to try to keep, many people said we should raise it to $50, and we just couldn't do it. We cut it off at 48, and when we end the end of this quarter, I will be comparing this quarter against the budget and see where we are.
You bring up an interesting thing there, Ann, when you said that the price of fuel. What was the purpose of buying another pickup truck? Why didn't we look at a car of something of this nature? We do not need a pickup at 16 miles to the gallon.
I've been waiting for that question to come up, and I would like to answer that question.
Go ahead.
Vince would like to answer that.
Now, this is behalf on an employee level,
Okay, good.
okay? The 7 people in front of you are responsible for my well-being. Is that correct?
Correct.
It's their responsibility to give me the PPE that I need. Is that correct?
Correct.
The truck is personal protection for me as an employee. Okay? Wait. They pick up dead birds, dead squirrels, and everything. You want to put that back in your trunk? Would you put that back in your?
We've got one truck, Vince, and that's enough. We don't need, you've got one out here.
But what I'm saying is, their responsibility to us employees, okay, now it's an employee level, okay, to give us what we need to do our jobs effectively and efficiently. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's what we need, that's what they need to do their job.
So why are we still riding around in a little car then? Everybody seems to want to ride in that little car. Once in a great while, we get the truck out.
I can't answer that.
I mean,
The truck's out every day.
oh yeah, I know out there radar, and I know that.
It's out there for freight services every day.
Well, I just think with the price of fuel, we should be thinking of things of this nature. So,
And I'm sure they will be when they select the next car, or next truck.
now you gonna get the truck up here, or you gonna keep the same one? But you know what? Yeah, okay.
My
Yeah.
truck was a hand-me-down. My truck was a hand-me-down from Public Works.
That's good. I'm glad you got it.
Oh.
It's
It's
a
also,
beautiful
it's
looking
also a
thing out
V8
there.
and a gas guzzler too.
Well, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, George. Is there any more on this side? Ron?
Ron?
Ron Ross, Unit 6. Just a comment in regards to the golf carts. People, you need to remember that all those are not golfers. If security or anybody sees a golf cart that is a golfer that's running around that's doing things they shouldn't be, they all have a 3-digit, at least a 3-digit, maybe a 2-digit number on the front. If you'll get that, the Golf Association will inform security who owns that golf cart, and then security can contact them. the Golf Association is very concerned about that. Matter of fact, about 2 months ago now, I believe it was, can't remember the gentleman's name, but brought up from the Golf Association the fact of the number of golf carts that are in Brookridge that are not golfers, that are not registered as they should be. Without that number on the front of the golf cart, you can tell them it's a purple and gold golf cart, and it does that every day. But unless there's a number on it, that 4-digit number, unless they're registered, security has no way of knowing who it is. So it's just a point on golf carts. On a different note, I'm happy and pleased to announce that starting May the 11th, Wednesday, May the 11th, and the Golf Association parking lot on a weekly basis will be a food truck. Those meals will be $13.50 a meal. They'll be there every week. The people we're bringing in will offer a choice of 2 different meals. There'll be different meals each week. They're looking at ribs, pulled pork, chicken, brisket, smoked turkey, along with the sides that go with those. And they will take cash or charge cards. You don't have to have the cash to go there. So if you want to go get a meal without having to go outside Brookridge and go out there and they'll package it to go, you can go get your meal that Wednesday night. That'll be on every Wednesday night on an ongoing basis.
What does it cost?
And it'll be one night a week?
One night a week,
Wednesday night?
every Wednesday night starts May the 11th.
And what time?
They'll be there from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m.
Okay.
Okay?
Anyway, more on this side? Any of you girls over there have anything to offer, or you're good? Good. Please.
We talk about
Name and unit number, please.
Terry Johnson.
Jerry Johnson?
Terry.
Terry. Okay, Terry.
We talk about people that can't afford to pay the higher prices. Is there no charity or anything we can do to help out those people?
Are you thinking finance or?
Or, yeah, maybe they don't have to pay the fees for the
Okay.
HOA or whatever.
All right, that's something that we can look into and definitely
we
help.
I think we should be a good thing.
I will definitely look into that, Terry. I might not get back to you for a week or two, but please give me the time and I promise you,
Thank
I
you.
will.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
that's a good point. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Anyone over here? Okay, can you come up, sweetheart?
Renee Jasnock, Unit 1.
Okay.
Rosemary, thank you for reading my letter. You answered some of my questions, but I still have concerns. I don't know if it's maintenance responsibility. I just want to get some answers. There's a lot of dead trees all over the boulevard. There's bushes that look like they have been there since this place opened up. They're old, they're weedy, they're half dead. I don't know if there's a fund in maintenance to clean up the front of the community, because it really, even when you come in the gate, the wall that has the lanterns on it, I've been here 3 years. They've never worked. All the lenses are broken out of them. I mean, it's not a good presentation. The signs, half the signs are brown. Gail did new signs. Half of them are brown, and they're nice.
I
Yes.
know what you're talking about there, yes.
The other ones are blue and white and old and filthy coming into the gate. And then even when you turn and make onto the boulevard, they're blue and white again. I mean, garden beds can only beautify so much. I mean, you have to have like an art, like a clean palette. If you get rid of the dirty, half-dead bushes, the old trees, I mean, there's some totally done on the boulevard, and bushes. And the branches are actually down on the ground on some of these bushes. I mean, code enforcement wouldn't allow that at my home. You know, they'd be calling and telling me to clean that up. And this is our community. I had company here last month, and they were so excited to come and see the community. They were vacationing in Florida for a month. The only comment, I knew how they would take the front of the community. The only comment I got from them was, oh, it's nice you got a gate up. I mean, it really, it doesn't portray like a 55-plus community that you want to have, you know, on a list of recommended places to live. It just doesn't present well. So, you know, I know you answered some of it. I still feel some of those, I think the plantings by the sign were excessive. You know, I know that's not cheap. Okay, I know, because I do professional landscaping. I know that's not cheap. It could have been hardier. It could have been done beautifully. Some of those funds could have gone to the guard shack, and it could have matched and then proceeded on to the office. Because I hate to say it, you know, I came here, we retired. There's lots of things I love, don't get me wrong, okay? But to be honest, it looks like a trailer park. And then one other thing, which has nothing to do with that, but back to the speeding. It's not just the cars and the golf carts. The motorcycles going down our block are unbelievable. They don't think they have to follow the rules.
I agree.
So, thank you so much. Thank you, Rosemary.
Renee, I just want to let you know that we do have a tree service. And I think this is the year, they come out every couple of years and assess what we need, and they would take care of it. I think this is the year that they have to come out. So I will speak to our general manager about that. Yeah, I have, and I'm looking to see, why don't they take that tree down, you know? But we do have a company that comes in and trims on the boulevard, so the RVs don't get scratched on the roofs and stuff like that. So I will address that for you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Renee.
Here, we're on Larry Miller, Unit 2. On the report here, we got donated funds, $24,000. Your report that Bill read.
Will you give us your name and?
I did. It said Larry Miller, Unit 2.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I started with. Anyway, Rosemary indicated they need some money for beautification. Beautification represents our entire community. Why isn't some of this donated funds going to beautification to help them out?
The donated funds are designated. When somebody donates to a fund, they write what that money is to be used for and where it should go. So if they donate, say if you donate $100, you want it to go to beautification, in the memo of your check, you need to write beautification, and then that will be put in an account within the donated funds to be used for that. I believe a month or two ago, somebody donated $1,000 to the beautification, which helped out a lot. But if you want to donate to anything, you need to designate what it's for when you send the money to the office of the VCPO.
Or if the board gets a check for donated funds, period, it can allocate where
They
it's
could
going.
allocate if there's no.
So I guess you're saying that all 24,000 has been allocated.
I have no idea. I can go back and I can research that if you'd like,
Yeah, I'd
Larry.
like to see that, because I happen to support what beautification does. I think the sign is great they've done out there.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people working, but those that are working are doing a hard job. looks nice where they've been working.
Yeah, I think it does look
So
nice.
I think the
It's
board needs
improved
to
it
help
quite
support them any way they can,
Very much so, very much
okay?
so. Okay,
Thank you.
and I think I'll see you in the morning. Thank you, Larry. Anyone else over here have anything to say or comment? Okay, if no one has any other comments or concerns, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye. Have a good night, folks.
Thank you all for coming.